how are you pro-Black woman, but you don't believe in procreating Black women? Y'all notice that? Y'all notice how many pro-Black woman pages promote swirling, promote Black women expanding their options to non-Black people, but then you want to sit here and act like you're pro-Black woman? And I'm like, to me, I'm sorry, like basic pro anything 101 is believing in their existence. Like, if you want Black women to exist, that still requires two Black people getting together. Because also these same pro-Black women are going to want to sit at biracials and be like, oh, that's a biracial. She don't fit in this group. So y'all have all these standards that what really makes a woman Black, right? If she's too light, if her hair is a particular way, if she's whatever, if she don't have certain features that y'all consider not Black enough, she's not in the Black community. So it's like, okay, fine, granted, we can accept that. But then some of these same ladies will really sit up here and be like, they need to expand their options though. So it's like, you say that you're for Black women, but you don't believe in procreating Black women. That don't make any sense. Like, the logic is not there. That's what I'm saying. It's like, this is how you know certain things are also a propaganda, like when the math doesn't math. Like when you start to just try to look at things just from a purely logical standpoint, and you're like, this actually doesn't make any sense at all. You can't be pro yourself if you don't believe that yourself should exist. If you want other dark-skinned, beautiful dark-skinned African feature, however y'all want to say, non-Eurocentric features, then you have to get with other dark-skinned, non-Eurocentric people, men, aka Black men. If y'all really like pretend to care about that. Now, if you don't, then that's fine. Okay, whatever, that's cool. But I'm like, don't try to be pro-Black over here, but then want to be as assimilated in the white culture as possible over here. Like, y'all got to be consistent. And if there's one thing that I don't see about this movement, it is consistency. One of the most, at least I'll say this, they are consistently inconsistent. That is what I can say. Consistently inconsistent. Okay. Now, tell me, do you think it's possible to have a reform swirler? I know there's some Black men out there who don't even think it's real. They just think it's like, well, you just basically, once you figured out you didn't have any more options. I know some believe that, but there's some believe that a transition is possible. What are your thoughts on the reform, the pro-Black swirler, or from the swirler to pro-Black pipeline? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's real. I think it's not whether or not they got their mind right. It's whether or not any Black man want to do anything with them after the fact. Right. I do think that, and shout out to BGS who said this, like, you ain't never seen somebody pro-Black then after they get dogged out by the white dude. Right.
Wait, he's talking about Black women specifically?
Yes. Yep.
My husband said that too. He was like, and now, because he was the one that told me, he's like, I honestly, in America specifically, he was like, anytime I see a Black woman who's pro-Black, I look at them sideways, because first of all, we just don't live in a culture that really inspires that. Like, Black America is to a certain extent is more about, how to assimilate and how to kind of work with. It's not like, how do we kind of have our own separatists? You have that in certain spaces, maybe certain religious spaces or whatever. But by and large, like the Black, or at least the Black female American narrative, aka Black feminism, has basically been about assimilating. That is like the mainstream culture. So he was like, anytime I see that, I have to wonder how many white baby daddies does she have?
Oh man, it's true though, Shay. I mean, like, if you think about it, they just had to, in pro-Black spaces, they say decolonize your mind. These women had to get decolonized the hard way, and there's a pun in there.
I know you said the title is Reformed Swirler Divester, but essentially a failed Swirler Divester, back to the pro-Black pipeline, right?
Yes.
That's just really what it is. Because if they could actually have any success over there, then they would stay over there. But they're having issues and problems, right? Some of them are coming out of it okay. They're doing well. They're doing what they're supposed to do. But for the most part, they spend way too much time chasing after non-Black men, and then when it fails, then it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll go to Black men, expecting Black men to just kind of accept them and be here and be ready. And my warning and advice and essentially a light directive, I know I can't give anybody orders, but I'll give you a light directive. Stay away. Do not accept the reach back.
Okay.
because this is what I know as a man. You know, if you're somebody's second, third, and fourth choice, then you're just gonna you're just gonna be miserable if you link up with them, either in a relationship and especially in a marriage.
Okay.
You know, they really want non-black men, but when they can't do that, then they'll be like, okay, I'm 32, it's not working, I got to go to black men. That's not what you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying you think there's no such thing as a reformed swirler, or put another way, you think the swirler to pro-black pipeline is basically a failed swirler who figured out that she wasn't able to get what she wanted from white men, and then now was trying to like rebrand herself. That's what you think?
Yeah, it's a rebranding. You know, because you know it's like it's like I'm celibate now. I'm a born again virgin. All of that stuff, right? Okay. It's the rebranding.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to wait until marriage to engage in intercourse. But you know, look, you've been being, you know, reckless for the last, you know, 15 years, but now all of a sudden now you want dudes to wait.
Kev, after 3 kids, I'm gonna wait until marriage for intercourse.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, black men, you're an idiot if you fall for that. Do not play this game, and go get yourself somebody who's been, you know, who's young, ready, willing, and you're the first choice. Not second, third, and fourth.
Second, third.
Or oh my gosh, I need a retirement plan. That's happening too.
Oh, must be the retirement.
Shay, thank you for bringing that up, Kev. I'll call you H Rebels. I'll call you by your screen name. But Shay, I think that's the next thing, and I think we should warn both young men and young women. Actually, to be fair, to even black women, especially for this, as this environment squeezes people are going to go scattering, and if you got a modicum of stability. We have been entirely too loud, especially women, dear black women, have been entirely too loud. These white dudes will rub up against you, right? And whisper sweet nothings in your ear for the stability. If you're a nurse, if you're a teacher that's making some okay money and you didn't get fired, I want to stress that for all of us black folks, those Latinas, those Latinos, right? Those white folks, they will be moving over here. If you're a stable brother or sister, they're going to be looking for a comfortable place to land. I want black folks to be careful. These folks are going to go scattering as this market changes, I'll say. And I'll pause right there.